was born in Louisville, Kentucky on June the 23rd, 1929.
Well, we got some more over here. Oh, that's pretty.
But we rented a house that was called a bungalow then. It had a kitchen and dining room and a living room, and then my mom and dad's room on this side, and then a bathroom, and I had an upstairs.
Maybe you should write it down next time. I got a nice butt shot of Grandma.
Are you passing?
Ken used to play basketball with us when we were all 11, 12 like that, and he was the oldest, so he had longer arms, and he'd just keep us from making a basket every time. And he thought it was great fun, but we didn't. In fact, when the basketball would come to me, I would just get out of the way, and that was in junior high and high school. I didn't want to get hit by the ball.
Apple,
That's all from Kelowna.
I took the.
Do you remember that? Do you remember when you?
But I was right.
Yes, you were.
December 7th, 1942. I think it was 42. Oh, I didn't look. And we went to a church past Aunt Bessie's. They know who Aunt Bessie is. Anyway, we were walking home from church, and then we stopped at her house and had lunch because my dad and his brother, Aunt Bessie's husband, Jim, they were hunting. And so we had the TV on, and it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon or about then, and it was The Shadow. And then when my dad and uncle got home, we told them that the president had declared war, and that was a bad day because my brother was the age to go, and he did go.
I guess.
Happy birthday to you.
Blow 'em out. You gotta blow 'em out.
All right, blow 'em out.
Blow 'em out.
He said it about, no, really, Dad, somebody really stinks. And there's just us and this guy. Somebody.
When we were little, we made clay dishes and painted them, and we'd make grapes and carrots and peas and everything and paint them all. And then we'd put them on a plate and act like we were eating. But we just dug the clay dirt right out of our backyard. I don't think my mom liked that, but that's what we did. And we'd let them dry in the sun, and they'd get just as hard as a rock.
Maybe. He's a lot more excited with Grandma. Great Grandma.
I want to get him over.
Whoa! Did you get the yawn?
Oh.
That was fun. I don't think he's gonna like it.
You're welcome.
You fall there, you'll hit the table.
He is solid. I don't know.
He's gonna be strong.
I have to hold you or you might fall on your face. Guess what?
Not from us.
Do you have
Turn around! You were kidding. Is he sleeping?
No, he's
Oh, no, that-
almost.
Oh,
His eyes are
okay.
getting heavy.
You're so nice and warm. But you didn't weigh this much.
Huh?
I said that's how little you were, but you didn't weigh much. As much.
I didn't weigh that much. I weighed
What
under
are the
5.
little hearts?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
That's for the.
Is he sleeping?
No, he's
Oh, no, that-
almost.
Oh,
His eyes are
okay.
getting heavy.
You're so nice and warm.
Oh my.
How we doing?
Well, with that many kids in the family, I didn't have a room by myself. In fact, I slept with my little sister till I left home, I think. But we rented a house that was called a bungalow then. It had a kitchen and dining room and a living room, and then my mom and dad's room on this outside and then a bathroom and I had an upstairs.
I love it. I love it.
Ready, do it again. Oh boy, that's good. Isn't it, huh? You need a beer horn.
What is something you enjoyed about school?
Nothing. I did not like school and I ruined every weekend thinking that Monday I was going to have to go back to school. I just didn't like it. I don't think I ever learned how to study.
Look, 3 down there.
What is it?
Up and 4 at the top.
Hey, I feel them.
Oh, no. He'll bite you. Don't know.
Yes, you did.
Here.
And my brother went to college. He was the only one because they had the GI Bill. And my sister next to me, Doris, said she would have loved to have gone to college, but we didn't know anything about getting scholarships or anything, so she didn't.
Does he hold on to toys and stuff now?
He does, yeah. He'll reach for him and stuff.
I won't put my hands on your hand. I just want to see you do it on. It's so cute.
Is he grinning at you again?
Oh, he's putting his mouth real little.
Where's your nose? Where's your mouth? Where's your piggies? Where's your button? Your button.
Tummy button.
Where's your
That's not it.
I thought he said butt.
Oh.
Just get your hair combed
Yeah, he always
with my
messes it
fingers.
up.
Oh my gosh.
Can't pick you up. I would if I could.
Is that Gigi? Are you so excited to see Gigi?
Him gather food to take them up. I've never heard of him having a wife.
Yeah. And look. He likes to see the animals.
Look at that. You got big feet, haven't you?
Yeah.
Gigi?
Thank you, Gigi.
You're welcome.
What's your shirt say?
He can't read.
Gigi.
You're right. It says, I love my Gigi.
I love my Gigi.
Yeah.
I love my Gigi. I'll say that.
Isn't that beautiful
Oops,
paper?
I'm sorry.
Yes, it is. And then what she had on.
A cow.
Who would have thought Grandma would end up giving everybody rides today?
A mother. A mother and stay home with my kids. And I got my wish. That's what I've always done. 1 year after Morris was in the Marines, I went to work, but I only worked while he was gone to the Marines. And then when he came back and we were sent to Texas, I never did work. I didn't have a car to get there and didn't know what I'd do anyway. I did type, and that's what I did as my job before I was married.
My wagon.
Green. Good job. A book? Oh, cool.
There you go.
Anna.
Hey.
And a banana.
Hold it on.
What's this? Oh.
Whoa.
You're doing great.
All I need to do is middle piece.
Yeah.
Well, I must have been 18 when I got engaged, and we were engaged a year, and I got married at 19, and Morris was 18. And we worked in the same office, and he would walk past me all the time, and I kept looking at him, and he kept looking at me, and finally he asked me to go out. And we were too young to get married. But when I told him I was getting married, and he said, I don't remember when I got engaged. Yeah, that was a year before we got married. And my dad said, you're awful young, aren't you? And Mother said, that's exactly the age I was when we got married. And he didn't say another word. Well, I made my dress, and it was a long sleeve, long to the floor with a train, and it was white satin, and then I made a veil to go with it. And I don't know why I wanted all that stuff, because there were very few at the wedding, because Morse came home on leave, and we had to get everything ready to be at the church on Monday night. What a time to get married. But anyway, it lasted about 60 years. He was a good guy in business and a good provider. Morse chose Deanie to be named. I didn't want Marilyn, but he did. And about 3 weeks we called her Marilyn. And then he said, why don't we call her by our middle name? Deanie was his sister's name. Her name was Jean. And Morse couldn't say Jean, but he could say Dean. So that's what we called her, Marilyn Deanie. David was David Keener, and that was after Morse's mother, the Keener part. And I don't know. Scott is Scott Eugene, and that was his dad's name, Eugene. People do help you if you've got a good family, and I've got a good family. Having all my kids grow up and being thoughtful and Christian and going to church. I would hope patient and I don't know. It's hard to think about yourself, what you'd want them to remember. I mean, I hope they don't remember me throwing that tray at my kids and it hitting my china cabinet. And I thought, those kids, it made me hit my china cabinet. And I liked that china cabinet. They remember it too.